Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers speaking out about testing positive for COVID-19 and why he was not vaccinated against the disease. Rodgers now missing tomorrow's game, and Janae is here with more. Janae, good morning to you.
You guys, good morning to you. Yeah, Rodgers defending his decision to not get vaccinated, calling the controversy surrounding it a witch hunt by what he called the woke mob. He says he tested positive after being around someone who was vaccinated, slamming the NFL COVID protocols that he says were not based on science, but, quote, on a more shame-based environment.
Rodgers is inside the pylon.
Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers breaking his silence this morning after testing positive for COVID-19.
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now.
The NFL superstar appearing on the Pat McAfee show Friday, addressing the growing backlash over being unvaccinated after leading many to believe he'd received a shot.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
I didn't lie in the initial press conference. During that time, it was a very, witch hunt that was going on across the league.
Rodgers saying he wasn't able to get the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine.
I have an allergy to an ingredient that's in mRNA vaccines.
Despite questions about Rodgers' vaccination status, the quarterback saying he's been transparent with the league.
Everyone in the squad knew I was not vaccinated. Everyone in the organization knew I wasn't vaccinated.
According to ESPN, the NFL has considered Rodgers unvaccinated since the beginning of the season. ESPN also reporting that Rodgers appealed the league, asking it to recognize alternative treatment as a replacement for the COVID-19 vaccine, a request that the league reportedly ruled against. Green Bay coach Matt LaFleur telling reporters this week he's confident the team is following protocols.
I watch what these guys do. I can only speak to our football space, but yeah, absolutely. We got cameras everywhere.
The NFL doesn't have a vaccine mandate for players and coaches, but those who are unvaccinated must wear masks inside team facilities, be tested daily, and follow social distancing guidelines. And if they test positive, unvaccinated players face a mandatory 10-day wait to return to the team.
Everybody has their own story and their own issues and their own reasons for doing things. I made a choice that was in my best interest. You might respect it, you might hate it.
And the 37-year-old future Hall of Famer says that he felt some symptoms on Tuesday, tested positive Wednesday, but he's now feeling better. He's in a 10-day minimum quarantine that will keep him out of tomorrow's game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys.
All right, Janae, thank you so much. Joining us now is medical contributor Dr. John Brownstein of Boston Children's Hospital. Dr. Brownstein, so great to have you this morning. There is a lot to unpack here, so we want to make sure that people are getting the information they need. First, Aaron Rodgers had previously said that he was immunized, but it turns out, as he acknowledged in this interview, that he wasn't vaccinated. Explain the important distinction there.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. I mean, vaccinated is a much more straightforward term, but we're essentially talking about the same thing. It's important to notice that inducing immunity to COVID can only happen through either exposure to the virus or through one of the 3 FDA-authorized vaccines. And clearly, we all know benefits of vaccine far outweigh the risk of being infected. There is, unfortunately, no other scientifically proven treatment that would give you that protection, that would give you that sort of immunized term. And this is why really the NFL ruled him as unvaccinated.
So another thing that's getting a lot of attention here, he said that he was allergic to an ingredient in the mRNA vaccine. Do you have an idea of what that ingredient could be? And what do people need to know in general about allergies and vaccinations?
Right. So allergies are a common concern for vaccinations. That's broadly true. But for mRNA vaccines, it's really, really rare. It's a rare circumstance and applicable to only very few numbers of people. We actually don't know the ingredient that he's referring to. But of course, if anybody has concerns, these ingredients are listed on the FDA and CDC websites. He also mentioned issues around J&J. There was a pause, but that only lasted about 10 days to review clotting concerns. FDA resumed J&J, and that is an available option for many people, including Aaron Rodgers.
So Rodgers also confirmed that he's used alternative treatments. What are the risks involved with that, especially when it comes to drugs that are not authorized by federal regulators?
Yeah, there are actually a number of issues here. first, taking an unauthorized treatment could have major side effects. We've seen that throughout the pandemic. Treatments like ivermectin have real adverse events that people have to be concerned about. But secondly, no proven treatment, for the prevention of COVID is, really a concern, right? So you have this issue of taking a treatment that actually is not limiting your risk. We all know that vaccination is your key to preventing increased risk of severe illness and death. And that's really why we're seeing the majority of risk really taking place in unvaccinated populations. And important to note, this is not just about risk for him, but risk for his teammates. If he's unvaccinated and not following protocols, this puts the team really in jeopardy. And that's really a concern for the entire team, and really to be able to play the game that they all want to play.
And a very important point there. Dr. Brownstein, thank you so much for your time this morning. We always appreciate it.
And he's also going to miss a game in the midst
Exactly.
of all this as well.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.